I want to talk to you today about something that most of us completely underestimate: the power of our evenings. We spend all this energy focusing on how to jumpstart our mornings. But what if I told you the real secret to waking up focused, recharged, and in control starts the night before? It's the night before. So here are 5 evening habits that will transform your mornings and your life. One, first, shut down your workday. When you're done, be done. No checking emails, no to-do lists lingering in your mind. You're not a machine. Your brain needs time to switch gears. Create a ritual that signals to your body and mind, oh, the workday is over. It can be as simple as closing your laptop and saying, I'm done. This small act creates a boundary that frees you to truly rest. 2-second, reflect and release. Reflect and release. Take just 5 minutes to jot down what's weighing on your mind. What's unfinished, what's bothering you. Writing it down gets it out of your head so it doesn't follow you into sleep. You're not ignoring your worries. You're telling them, for I see you, but not right now. 3/3, prep for success. Here's what I mean. Lay out your clothes, set up your coffee, put your journal and pen on the nightstand. Those small things create a chain of tiny wins the moment you wake up. You're setting your future self up for success. 4/4, power down your devices. Hey, you know this, but let's be honest. Do you actually do it? Screens mess with your sleep and your focus. Set a timer an hour before bed, and let that be the moment you turn them off. Your brain will thank you in the morning. 5/5, create a wind down ritual. This is your chance to slow down. Ditch your slow down. Maybe it's a cup of tea, a book, a short meditation. Whatever it is, do it consistently. Your brain will start to associate that ritual with rest and recharge. You're basically telling yourself, it's safe to let go now. Well, look, these aren't complicated habits. But done consistently, they add up to mornings where you feel focused, recharged, and in control. Because when you own your evenings, you own your mornings. And when you own your mornings, you own your day. So tonight, choose one habit. Start small. And watch how tomorrow morning, your entire day, transforms. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about how you can harness the power of your evenings to truly shut down your workday. Because let's be real, we live in a world where we're always on. Our phones are constantly buzzing. We're checking emails at dinner, and our brains are racing with to-dos well into the night. But here's the thing. If you don't learn to put a hard stop to your workday, you'll never feel truly rested or focused the next morning. So, what does it actually mean to shut down your workday? It means giving yourself permission to let go of work completely. It's not just about physically closing your laptop. It's about creating a clear line in the sand that tells your brain, we're done for today. You have to let yourself be fully present in your downtime if you want to wake up tomorrow recharged and in control. Here's why this matters so much. Your brain loves closure. When you leave things open-ended, unfinished tasks, lingering worries, that email you meant to send but didn't, your brain can't rest. It's like leaving a bunch of browser tabs open in your head. Even when you're trying to relax, those tabs are running in the background, draining your mental energy. That's why you wake up feeling tired, unfocused, and already behind. But when you create a ritual to shut down your workday, you're giving your brain the closure it craves. You're saying, it's safe to stop thinking about this now. And you're reclaiming your evenings for what they're supposed to be: a time to rest, recharge, and get ready for tomorrow. So, how do you actually do this? Start by picking a simple ritual that you can do every single night. It doesn't have to be fancy. The point is to create a moment of transition that signals to your brain, work is over. One of the easiest ways to start is by physically closing your laptop and putting it away. Don't just leave it open on your desk. It's too tempting to just quickly check something later. Close it, put it in your bag, or even move it to another room if you have to. That's your first step. Then take a moment to review your day. Ask yourself, what did I accomplish today? What's still hanging over my head? Write those things down in a notebook or your notes app. The goal isn't to solve everything right now. It's to get it out of your head. When you write it down, you're telling your brain, oh, don't worry, I've got this. I'll deal with it tomorrow. That simple act of capturing your loose ends is incredibly freeing. Next, decide when you're done for the day. This is important. If you don't set a specific end time, you'll find yourself working later and later every night. So pick a time. Maybe it's 6 p.m., maybe it's 8 p.m., but be intentional about it. When that time hits, treat it like a meeting with yourself. You wouldn't blow off a meeting with your boss, so don't blow off this meeting with yourself. When the clock strikes, that's it. No more work. Here's where it gets powerful. Once you shut down, give yourself permission to be off the clock. That means no adjust one more email, no quick check-in with your team, no scrolling through Slack at 10 p.m. Shut it all down. Let yourself fully unplug. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel guilty, like you're slacking off or letting someone down. But let me tell you, you're not. You're actually showing up as a better, more focused version of yourself tomorrow because you're giving your brain what it needs to recharge. One of the best things you can do to reinforce this habit is to create a physical or mental cue that signals the end of your workday. Maybe it's a simple phrase you say out loud. The workday is over. Maybe it's a deep breath or a walk around the block or even lighting a candle. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's consistent and meaningful to you. Over time, your brain will start to associate that cue with a real sense of closure. Here's another tip. Tell the people around you that you're done for the day. If you live with family or roommates, let them know when you're shutting down so they can support you. If you're working remotely, set your status to offline or away. These small steps help reinforce the boundary you're creating between work and the rest of your life. When you do this night after night, you're not just protecting your sleep, you're also protecting your energy, your focus, and your ability to show up fully for the things that matter most. You're telling yourself, I am in control of my time and my energy. That's how you build the kind of evenings that lead to mornings where you feel clear, confident, and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. So tonight, when you're tempted to squeeze in that last email or scroll through your tasks one more time, pause. Ask yourself, is this really helping me or is it stealing tomorrow's focus? Choose to shut it down. Choose to honor that boundary. And watch how it transforms not just your evenings, but your entire day. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, the way you end your day sets the tone for how you start the next one. When you master the art of shutting down your workday, you reclaim your time, your energy, and your life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into a simple but profoundly powerful practice that can change everything about how you end your day and how you wake up the next morning. The practice of reflection and release. Because if you're like most of us, your brain doesn't just stop when you turn off the lights. It keeps going, replaying the conversations you had, the tasks you didn't finish, the things you're worried about tomorrow. All of this mental chatter can make it almost impossible to truly rest, let alone wake up feeling recharged. Here's the thing. Your brain is like a sponge that soaks up everything throughout the day, your wins, your worries, your setbacks. If you don't give it a way to wring all of that out before bed, it just keeps absorbing and swirling it around. That's why, even if you're physically tired, you can still feel mentally exhausted or restless. So, let's talk about how to use this powerful habit, reflection and release, to stop that cycle and finally give your mind the break it deserves. The process is so simple it almost seems too easy, but that's the beauty of it. All it takes is 5 minutes. Grab a notebook or open up a blank page on your phone and just start writing. It doesn't have to be pretty or organized. It just has to be honest. Ask yourself, hey, what's on my mind right now? Whatever comes up, write it down. Maybe it's that project you didn't finish or that email you forgot to send today. Maybe it's something that went really well today or something that left you feeling unsettled. The point isn't to fix it. It's to acknowledge it. When you write these things down, you're telling your brain, I see you. I'm paying attention. You're not bottling it up or ignoring it. You're giving it a place to go besides your head. Think of it like opening a pressure valve. Suddenly, all that mental tension has somewhere to escape. And when it does, you can finally start to relax. Here's why this works. Your brain is wired for problem solving. It wants to tie up loose ends to finish what you started. But at night, when you're supposed to be resting, you don't need to be solving problems. You need to be sleeping. By taking 5 minutes to write things down, you're giving your brain the message. We don't have to figure this out right now. We're safe to let go. It's permission to rest, and that's something most of us forget to give ourselves. I want you to think of this practice as a mental cleanse. Just like you brush your teeth to get rid of the day's grime, you're brushing your mind clean of the day's worries. And the amazing thing is that once you've put it on paper, your brain doesn't feel the need to keep it swirling around all night. It's like you filed it away in a safe place. Let me be clear. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending everything's okay. If you had a tough day, let that out. If you're angry or sad or frustrated, write that down too. The point isn't to sugarcoat it. It's to face it and then leave it there on the page so you don't have to carry it into your sleep. Now, here's a little twist that can make this practice even more powerful. Once you've written down what's on your mind, take a moment to focus on gratitude. Before you close that notebook or your phone, jot down 1 or 2 things you're grateful for from the day. It could be something huge, like landing a new client or nailing a presentation. Or it could be something tiny, like a great cup of coffee or a few minutes of laughter with a friend. Why does this matter? Because gratitude shifts your brain from problem mode to appreciation mode. It doesn't erase the challenges you're facing, but it reminds you that even on the hardest days, there's something good to hold on to. That little shift in focus can change your entire mindset as you head into sleep. When you combine reflection, acknowledging what's on your mind, with gratitude, appreciating the good, it's like giving your brain the perfect send-off for the night. You're saying, yes, there's stuff to handle, but I'm also okay. I'm safe. I can rest now. And that's the magic of this practice. It doesn't take hours of journaling or meditation, just 5 minutes. 5 minutes to empty out your thoughts, to let your brain feel seen and heard, and to remind yourself that you're allowed to stop thinking about it all for a while. When you make this a habit, night after night, you'll start to notice something amazing. You'll wake up with a clearer head. You'll feel more focused because your brain didn't spend the whole night ruminating on unfinished business. You'll feel recharged because you gave yourself the chance to truly rest. And you'll feel more in control because you're not letting the chaos of the day bleed into your night. So tonight, when you're getting ready for bed, I want you to try this. Take out a piece of paper or open a blank note on your phone. Ask yourself, what's on my mind right now? Don't edit it, don't judge it. Just let it out. And when you're done, find one thing, just one, that made you smile or feel grateful today. Hold on to that feeling as you close your eyes and drift off. Because when you reflect and release, you're not just preparing for a good night's sleep. You're setting yourself up for a powerful, focused morning. And that's how you start taking back control of your days, one evening at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something truly powerful in preparing for success the night before. It's easy to underestimate the value of small intentional actions in the evening. But these tiny habits are the secret sauce for waking up not just focused, but ready to own your day. When you prep for success the night before, you're telling yourself, I believe in tomorrow's possibilities, and I'm setting myself up to meet them head on. Let's talk about how this works and why it's a game changer. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and everything you need is already there. Your clothes are ready to go. Your coffee is prepped. Your to-do list is right where you left it. That feeling of having a head start doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of the little things you did the night before. Those little things, they're your future self's best friend. They're a love letter to your tomorrow. Let's break it down. First, think about what you can do to eliminate friction in your morning. Mornings are chaotic enough as it is. Why not make them easier? Lay out your clothes. Yes, it sounds simple. But it's one less decision you have to make when your brain is still shaking off the sleep fog. No more rummaging through your closet or getting stuck in decision paralysis. Your outfit is ready and waiting, and you're already in motion. Next, set up your breakfast or coffee. Maybe it's programming your coffee maker to start brewing before you even open your eyes. Maybe it's prepping overnight oats or cutting up fruit. These little actions tell your brain, I'm taking care of you. And in the morning, when you see that coffee waiting or that breakfast ready, you'll feel like someone's already on your team. Because you are. You're on your own team. But let's go even deeper. It's not just about the physical tasks. It's also about prepping your mind. Take a moment to look at your calendar or jot down your top priorities for the next day. Don't overload yourself with a giant to-do list. That's overwhelming. Instead, pick your top 3 things. These are your anchors. When you wake up and see them, you won't waste time figuring out where to start. You'll know. And that clarity is worth its weight in gold. One of the most underrated parts of prepping for success is the emotional impact it has on you. Think about it. When you go to bed knowing that you've already taken care of tomorrow's details, your brain can actually let go. It doesn't have to keep running scenarios or reminding you of what you need to do in the morning. You've already handled it. That's peace of mind, and that peace pays off in how deeply you sleep and how ready you feel when you wake up. Another huge piece of this puzzle is your environment. Take a few minutes in the evening to tidy up your space. No, you don't need to deep clean your entire house. This isn't about perfection. It's about creating an environment that feels calm and ready. Maybe it's clearing your desk so you have a clean slate in the morning. Maybe it's making sure your workout clothes are ready if that's how you start your day. Or whatever it looks like for you, remember this: your environment shapes your mindset. A cluttered space can create a cluttered mind. A calm, intentional space sets the tone for calm, intentional action. The key to all of this is to keep it simple and consistent. This isn't about spending hours on an elaborate routine. It's about creating small, sustainable habits that you can stick with. If you try to overhaul your entire evening at once, you'll burn out. So start with one thing, just one. Lay out your clothes or set up your coffee maker. Get that one habit down and then add another. Over time, these small habits build on each other and they become second nature. Let's talk about why this matters so much. When you start your morning with things already in place, you feel like you're already winning. You're not wasting energy on tiny decisions. You're not scrambling to find things. You're not starting the day in a reactive, stressed out state. Instead, you're starting from a place of control and calm. That energy carries into everything else you do. You're not just more focused, you're more confident because you know you've got your own back. And here's the bigger picture. When you prep for success the night before, you're not just setting up for a better morning. You're reinforcing the idea that you are in control of your life. You're telling yourself, I don't have to leave tomorrow to chance. I can shape it. I can choose how it begins. That mindset is the foundation for everything else. Your focus, your energy, your results. So tonight, take 5 minutes to think about how you can make tomorrow easier. What one thing can you do that your future self will thank you for? It doesn't have to. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll feel it, that sense of readiness, that quiet confidence that says, I've got this. That's the power of prepping for success the night before. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking ownership, one small step at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this. When you invest in your tomorrow tonight, you're not just setting up for a more focused morning. You're telling yourself that you matter. Your time matters and your dreams matter. That's how you wake up feeling unstoppable. Let's talk about the incredible power of a wind down ritual. Because let's face it, the world doesn't exactly slow down at night. We're bombarded with notifications, screens, and to-do lists that never seem to end. But here's the truth. If you want to wake up focused, recharged, and in control, you need to create a buffer, a moment of calm between your busy day and your night's rest. That's what a wind down ritual is all about. It's a conscious choice to shift gears, to slow down, and to give your mind and body the signal that it's time to let go and recover. So what does a wind down ritual actually look like? It's simpler than you might think. It doesn't have to be some elaborate routine. It's about creating a predictable pattern, a series of small calming actions you do every night that help you transition from the hustle of the day to the quiet of the night. These small actions done consistently can have a massive impact on how deeply you sleep and how powerfully you wake up. Start with something as basic as turning off your screens at least 30 minutes before bed. I know, it's tough. Your phone is probably the last thing you look at before you close your eyes. But here's the deal. All that blue light from your screens messes with your body's natural sleep rhythm. It tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, which makes it so much harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. So tonight, make the decision to power down early. Put your phone on the charger, close your laptop, and let your mind start to settle. Next, replace that screen time with something soothing. Maybe it's reading a book, something that's not too intense, so you're not getting your heart racing right before bed. Maybe it's listening to calming music or a podcast that relaxes you. The point is to create a new, healthier habit that helps your body wind down. Now, let's talk about your environment. One of the most overlooked parts of a wind down ritual is making your space feel like a sanctuary. Think about it. If your bedroom is cluttered or stressful, how can you expect your mind to relax? Take a few minutes each evening to tidy up. Fluff your pillows, straighten your sheets, maybe even light a candle or diffuse some calming essential oils. These little touches tell your brain, "Hey, this is a safe, peaceful place. It's time to let go." One of my favorite parts of a wind down ritual is incorporating some form of relaxation for your body. This could be as simple as doing a few gentle stretches, taking a warm shower, or practicing some deep breathing. When you slow your breath and release tension in your body, you're telling your nervous system to shift out of a go mode and into a rest and restore mode. Finganama. And let's be real. Most of us spend our whole day in that go mode. Giving your body that cue to slow down is a gift. Let's dig even deeper. This isn't just about physically relaxing. It's about giving yourself permission to mentally let go of the day. One powerful way to do this is to practice a little gratitude or positive reflection before bed. Maybe you think of 3 things you're grateful for, or 3 moments that made you smile today. This isn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about reminding yourself that even on tough days, there's still good to be found. That shift in mindset can be the difference between tossing and turning all night and drifting off with a sense of calm and contentment. Another part of this ritual that's often overlooked is consistency. The real magic happens when you make it a habit, when your body and mind know what to expect every single night. The first night you turn off your screens early, maybe you still feel restless. But night after night, your brain starts to recognize the pattern. Oh, we're doing that thing again. This must mean it's time to relax. Over time, these cues get stronger and your body starts to respond more quickly. It becomes easier to fall asleep, easier to stay asleep, and easier to wake up feeling like you actually got rest. And let's not forget, this is your time. In a world that's always demanding something from you, your wind down ritual is your chance to say, "This is for me. This is my moment to recharge." It's about self-respect. It's about self-love. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup, and this is how you refill it. So tonight, give yourself permission to slow down. Turn off the noise, put away the screens, create a space and a routine that feels like a soft landing at the end of a long day. You don't have to get it perfect. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about progress. Start with one thing. Maybe it's turning off your phone earlier, doing a few stretches, or writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Whatever it is, make it yours. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is this. The quality of your sleep shapes the quality of your day, and the quality of your evening shapes the quality of your sleep. When you choose to end your day with intention, with a wind down ritual that's gentle, grounding, and true to you, you're setting the stage to wake up not just rested, but ready to take on the world. That's how you move from chaos to calm. That's how you wake up focused, recharged, and in control. So tonight, let it be about you. Slow down, let go. And trust that when you invest in your night, you're investing in a morning and a life where you feel unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked in our evening routine. Something that can make a profound difference in how focused, recharged, and in control you feel when you wake up. Getting enough sleep. We all know we need it, yet we're so quick to sacrifice it. One more episode, one more scroll, one more thing to check off the to-do list. But here's the reality. When you don't get enough sleep, you're setting yourself up for a day that feels like an uphill battle. Sleep isn't just a luxury. It's the foundation of your physical and mental health, your focus, and your ability to show up as your best self. Let's be clear. Sleep isn't wasted time. It's not something you can just push aside or catch up on later. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories, when your body repairs itself, and when your mind resets for a new day. Without it, you're running on empty, and you can't pour from an empty cup. So how do you actually make sure you're getting enough sleep? It starts with setting a clear boundary around bedtime. Most of us have no trouble setting an alarm to wake up. but we rarely set an alarm to go to bed. Think about that. You know what time you need to be up in the morning, so why not decide what time you need to start winding down at night? Set a bedtime alarm. Let it be a reminder. Hey, it's time to protect my sleep. This simple shift changes the game. It turns sleep from an afterthought into a non-negotiable part of your day. But it's not just about getting enough hours. It's also about the quality of those hours. And that starts with your environment. Make your bedroom a place that invites rest, not restlessness. Keep it cool and dark. Studies show that a slightly cooler temperature, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, is ideal for sleep. If your room is too warm, your body has to work harder to cool down, and that disrupts your ability to drift off. So crack a window, turn down the thermostat, or invest in breathable bedding. Light is another huge factor. Darkness signals to your brain that it's time to produce melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. So turn off those bright overhead lights and consider using a bedside lamp or some soft lighting in the hour leading up to bed. If you're really struggling, blackout curtains can make a world of difference. Your body needs that darkness to do its best work. And let's not forget about what you're doing in those precious hours before bed. If you're wired from caffeine, sugar, or alcohol, your sleep is going to suffer. Caffeine can stay in your system for hours. So if you're sipping coffee late in the afternoon, it might still be keeping you up at midnight. Try cutting off caffeine by mid-afternoon. The same goes for alcohol. While it might help you fall asleep faster, it actually disrupts the deep sleep your body needs to truly recharge. Another powerful tool for better sleep is creating a simple evening ritual to tell your brain it's time to rest. This could be as basic as taking a few deep breaths, reading a chapter of a book, or listening to calming music. The key is consistency. When you do the same things in the same order each night, you're sending a clear signal to your brain that it's time to power down. Over time, your body learns to respond to these cues automatically. Let's not ignore the mental side of sleep either. If you're lying in bed replaying the day's conversations or worrying about tomorrow's tasks, it's going to be hard to let go and drift off. That's where practices like journaling or a gratitude list can help. Taking 5 minutes to put your thoughts on paper or to focus on the things that went right today can quiet that mental chatter and help you settle in for the night. Here's what I want you to remember. Sleep isn't a weakness, it's your secret weapon. It's how you build the resilience to handle whatever tomorrow throws at you. It's how you show up for your family, your work, and most importantly, yourself. When you get enough sleep, you're not just avoiding that groggy feeling in the morning. You're setting the stage for laser-sharp focus, a stronger immune system, and a mindset that's ready to tackle challenges head-on. I know life gets busy, and there will always be nights when it feels impossible to get a full 8 hours. But don't let those nights turn into a habit. Protect your sleep like it's the most important meeting of the day. Because it is. You deserve to wake up feeling strong, steady, and ready to go. You deserve the kind of rest that lets you rise with clarity and confidence. So tonight, make a promise to yourself. Decide on a bedtime that honors your need for real rest. Create an environment that invites deep sleep. And most of all, remind yourself that this isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's necessary. Because when you wake up focused, recharged, and in control, you're not just getting through the day. You're thriving. You're showing up as the best version of you. And that's something worth protecting every single night. Ladies and gentlemen, let tonight be the night you decide. I deserve better sleep. I deserve to feel rested and ready. And I'm going to make it happen. One evening at a time.